Right, good morning, class. Now I hope that you will listen carefully in our topic for today, our discussion for today, because after this video, I will be requiring everybody to answer the module that I will be presenting or I will be giving later on after you finish this video. But class, be excited because today we are going to become a detectives. We will analyze, we will find, we will try to solve and find the missing pieces of the sentence. So our topic for today is all about the sentence fragments. Now, before we start, I want to ask a question, an analogy first. Can we say that a sandwich is a peanut butter sandwich without the peanut butter? Of course not, right? Can we say that that a car is complete without a wheel or a steering wheel? Of course not, right? We cannot say something that is incomplete if there are parts missing in it. Just as the same thing as in sentences. There are certain parts of sentences that it must be there, it must exist, it must be part of the sentence to make the sentence message clearer. Each sentence has an essential part of the sentence. Now, if that part is missing, then the message of that sentence is incomplete. Do you agree? Of course you are. So detectives, keep this in mind as we continue and as we uncover our lesson for this morning. Are you familiar with the subject-verb agreement? The subject-verb agreement states that a sentence must have a subject and must have a verb. Subject plus verb equals complete sentences. Right? Now, subject is a fragment of sentence, as well as the predicate or of the verb. It is also a fragment of a sentence. Now, without the other one, it cannot stand alone as a complete sentence. For example, when I say David is awesome, is that a complete sentence or not? It is. It's a complete sentence because there exists a subject, David, and there exists a predicate or an action is awesome. A complete sentence. However, if I remove the subject and if I just say that is awesome, is that a complete sentence or not? Of course not, right? Because there is no subject and the message is clear. Like we can ask, who is awesome? What is awesome? When is awesome? Right? So the subject matter as well as the predicate. Another example, if we remove the predicate and we just say David, subject, is it a complete sentence or not? Of course not. David in itself is not a complete sentence, or the man in the blue hat is not a complete sentence. It just describes the subject. Okay? It's not a complete sentence when it's just the subject. However, if we add the predicate in it, then there, kapag nagsama tong dalawang to, it will create a complete sentence. David is awesome. It's not always that when we say that a sentence as a verb or a subject, it is a complete sentence automatically. No, because there are some sentences that even with subject and even with predicate is still not a complete sentence. An example of this is this: because he ran, or because he walked away. Now when I say because he walked away, is that a complete sentence or not? It's not, right? Even though he has a subject, he, and he has an action, walk away, it still is not a complete sentence because there is no complete thought. Like, why did he run away? When did he run away? What's the reason that he ran away? The sentence did not clarify that. He just stated that because he ran away. Okay? So, it's important for us to understand that yes, it's important that we have subject, and yes, it is important that we have a predicate or an action for it to become a complete sentence, but it's also important for us to understand that it must have a complete thought. Okay, so it's not just a duality of things, subject and verb. No, it must be a threefold relationship of the things. Okay, the subject, the verb, and the predicates. The subject, the verb, and the complete thought. Okay, so it's not just about the predicate and the subject. It's not just about this, but it's about the threefold relationship of the three. It must have a subject, it must have a verb, and most importantly, it must have a complete thought. Okay, so let's have an example once again. When I say that the man in a blue hat, is that a complete sentence or not? It's not. Okay, it's not a complete sentence because it's just a subject. But when I say the man in a blue hat ran away, then it became a complete sentence. How about this? He ran. Is that a complete sentence? Yes, it is. Because even though the sentence was very short, just 2 words, it still have the subject, the verb, and the complete thought. He ran. Siya ay tumakbo. Sinong tumakbo? Siya. Anong ginawa niya? Tumakbo. Okay, so natupad niya yung requirement na tatlo. Subject, verb, or predicate, and then complete thought. Okay, so it's important for us to understand that there are 3 types of sentence fragment. Number 1, that is subject. Number 2, that is predicate. Number 3, that is complete thought. Without the other one, it's not a complete sentences. Without subject, it's not. Without verb, it's not. Without complete thought, it can never become a complete sentences. Okay? No. How about this? An example once again. He ran because there was a dog chasing him. When I say because there was a dog chasing him, is that a complete sentence? No, right? Because it's not a complete thought. But when I say he ran because the dog was chasing him, then it will become a complete sentences. Do you understand? Do you understand the relationship of the 3 and the distinction of the 3? Subject, the matter, the noun, the predicate, the action or the adverb, the adverbials, and the adverbs, and the complete thought, the adverbials, before, because, after, like the words like that. So once again, I repeat, complete sentence must compose of 3 variables, that is subject, predicate, and a complete thought. Okay, now look at your modules. The activity is written there, the direction is written there, and let's see if you have understood what we have been talking about this past few minutes. And I hope that we have a good day and we answer and we have listened carefully to our discussion. Goodbye.